Hi, this is KUngFUandroid, and today I want to do a tutorial on a day-night sensor. I built this in my brand new test world. I've been doing a little bit of testing with things, and I figured out that it's about time to give the old one an overhaul. There are many decent designs, but they involve pistons. And pistons are loud and make lots of noises. So I decided I was going to make a pistonless day-night sensor. So, and the only noise, it should be about ready to pop, right here. Listen. Wow, that's taken a long time. There is the tick of a dispenser. That's the only noise you'll hear, like the flipping of a light switch. I've set this up, this is my test rig, and I've set it up with command blocks to swap, to change the time to 12,000, oops, to 12,000 and to 24,000. 24,000 is the time in the morning when grass blocks stop dying, and 12,000 is the time in the evening when grass blocks start dying. I figured that out through experimentation. I didn't look at the wiki, so that is as they say that. Right. Okay. So I did that to shorten the day-night cycle. And this would be the setup you want to prevent mob spawns. This world's been running for a while, and for a little while, and I have mob spawns turned on. So if this wasn't working properly, then mobs would be spawning in my Let's Play world. I don't want that to happen. Not in certain areas. In other areas, I do. So, but I'd control it with light, with redstone lamps. So there you go. Alright, the components that make this up are ideas I've gotten from a whole bunch of different areas. This is the core of the grass block part of it. That was from Etho's lab. This is a bud switch, which you can see operates without a piston. This is a T flip-flop that operates without a piston. With every button push, it swaps states. You can see that by that torch up there. Alright. This is just simply a dispenser with water in it. And this is vertical wire, instant vertical wire. This is also instant wire. If we go over here to this little test, and we can see I ran wire all the way down there, all the way back. And I have a note block at this end, and I have a note block at the beginning. And if I place a block, you can see or hear that they both play at the same time. Break it, and they both play at the same time. The only downside is if it fires too rapidly, it could burn out because it relies on a torch flash. But that's not the case here, so we can use it. So with doing that research, I'm not sure who came up with this piece of instant wire or / bud switch, or who came up with this pistonless T flip-flop, but it's amazing, or this vertical instant wire. And the limitation with the vertical instant wire is that it only goes up, it doesn't go down. So I can put a block here with a torch, and we can see that it doesn't run downhill, but it does run uphill, and we need that. Okay, without further ado, oh, and another limitation on this bud switch is it has a directional rule. It has to be, that torch has to either be facing north, or the number 2 direction, or south, the number 0 direction. So, and the areas that you can take off or use as the bud are that spot right there and that spot right there, unless you're doing redstone, and then it's that spot there and that spot there. So, yep, that's how that switch works, that bud switch. So, with all that, let's go ahead and build one. We're going to start and build a 3x3, put a block in the middle. I'm going to put a block on top of that just to start our next 3x3. And then one more 3x3 layer on top of that. And around each one of them, we're going to do a 5x5 ring in between the layers. And same way up here. Another 5x5 ring around this layer. The surface is going to be 2 blocks above your top 3x3 ring. And we'll go ahead and mark that out with a 7x7 square. Getting her done real quick. Okay. Oops. Got this side. Alright. So we got a 7x7 square, and that is also the area that you'll need on top, on the surface. Underneath there's considerably more, but in order to the surface area and that top block, this can be anything. You can even make this grass if you wanted to. Okay, now the directional idea with that we're having to do with that bud switch, that is going to cause us to put our hole, to offset the hole. Here's the center. We're going to have to offset 2 in either, here's the center, the east, which is 3, or west, which is 1 direction. Alright, and when you do the array, that hole will be in between each one of these grass structures. It's right over the 5x5 ring on both sides. There we go. Centered east-west. Alright, now we need to put our dispenser in. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the north direction, and I'll go ahead and put a bucket of water in our dispenser. There we go. Alright, and below our dispenser we need to break out 2 blocks from the 5x5 ring, add another grass block on the bottom 3x3, break out that grass block and add the top half slab. And here we're going to cover redstone dust just like that and put our redstone torch on the end. Now this is our bud switch right there. Off of the bud switch we are going to put a repeater and put it on full delay, because the bud switch flashes so fast that most other things won't pick up the signal. Only a couple things will. So we need to lengthen the signal, and that's what that repeater's for. From here we can put the vertical wire, which is top half slabs going up, and then put redstone on each one of those, and then into the block next to the dispenser. Causes it to dispense water. We got water dispensed in the dispenser and grass on top of that block. If that is a dirt block, then you need the water to be in the dispenser, not out of the dispenser. And that will cycle now with the day and the night. Alright, now to get this signal into the T flip-flop, we'll have to put a block in front of the repeater and redstone on top of that block, redstone dust, and that's our input. First we'll build the structure of the T flip-flop, and it's just blocks in this configuration, 4 long, and that's 2 high there, 1 high, 2 high, 2 high, and then on the end we'll take a single 2 blocks and offset past this end are 2 more blocks. We'll put repeaters, 1 here with 2 ticks of delay, 2 here with full delay, 1 here with 1 tick of delay, 1 here with 1 tick of delay. Then we will put our torches there, 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 and there. And then we put redstone dust here, here, and here. and that is our T flip-flop. Now, it's not correct. If we have grass here, water here, then that torch needs to be lit. So, need to break and place that torch. And that put that in the right position. But also, we need to reset our dispenser. So we'll break that piece of redstone and put that there. Now we have water, grass, and a lit torch. Our timing is all set. Alright, right here is where we're taking the power off of. We will run this piece of we will run redstone off of there. And that is the whole idea. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'll need to dig a 7D pole, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Probably 12 to 15 blocks long. And that's one of these. To make it work as consistently as this one does over here, you'll need to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Alright? And we're going to have to seal it up. So from the top layer, we will need to, if you're building it in a hole, this will just pretty much happen naturally, because the walls of the hole will form this barrier right here. But there's something that we have to work around, and it's this position right here, these two blocks, the one behind the dispenser and the one at the top of the vertical wire. We have to use half slabs here. We have to put one here, bottom half slab here, and then one here. This blocks all light from your redstone from getting in there. And we're going to need to place some torches. The walls coming down will block all the light from getting down to this bottom layer here. So we'll need to put torches there, and that's probably overkill, but torches there to prevent the grass from dying in this area down here. I like to put glass there on top of those two holes. That way you can just walk over it. And that is a completed version of that. Now to stack them. One space off from the bottom 3x3. Build your next 3x3. The next the 5x5 ring will need to go just starting it off of your 5x5 ring and take it around your 3x3. Place your center block and then start building the 3x3 ring, and you're off. Okay, you'll have to break out this section of your cap that closes this in, because it'll have to be extended, or the hole will have to be extended to cover this next day-night sensor. And I will finish building this one just like I built the first one. The dispenser will go over here, and then we'll be back. Alright, now we have two day-night sensors sitting side by side, built identically, minus the center wall. They are the same. Now I have a skylight here, skylight here. We need to put one over here to make sure we got consistent light. It probably isn't exactly necessary, but here's the center, two over from the center. Let's go ahead and put a glass block and close that in. Now this is very important, having these offset too. It takes that light level above that grass block to the absolute minimum. So we will get the lights to come on way before any mob spawns happen. As long as we put an array of them, 6 of them, is what I've found. 5 isn't as consistent as 6, but 5 should work. 4 doesn't always do the trick. I get mob spawns occasionally with 4. So, so far, and it's been running this entire time, 0 mob spawns. There'd at least be a creeper sitting here or there if there was mob spawns. And still on hard. Alright. So, alright, now we have to take our power off of here. Okay, and this is the end thing that I need to show you. Once you take your power off of here, then there's no limit. You can do anything with this that you want day and night related. You can use your bud switch / instant wire. And the thing with this is, you know, it's directional. So if you got to run north or south with it, see, this is east and west, facing north and south. If you got to run north and south with it, you just got to face this this direction and then turn the corner. And actually, we could just come straight off here. And I didn't do that in any of these situations. But if you use this, then you can run it any length and have all your lights come on at the same time. But it's also going to require you to have a T flip-flop at each location. That's the kicker. And you go outside loaded chunks, and then you got redstone wire limitations, all that stuff. Yep. Um, so if you try and do too big of an area, just run regular wire with repeaters, and don't worry about the instant wire. And that's it. The brand new updated 1.4.2 day-night sensor. Yeah. Kung Fu out.